To make this Love You Bunches card using the Fresh Cuts Design Bundle for Spring, I started a new project in Cricut Design Space. I've already uploaded the image into my library, the cut file, and now I'm going to insert it onto my canvas. Sometimes when you load in an SVG, it is ready to cut, but you'll have to rearrange the pieces, which you can go up here to the Layers panel and ungroup these. And I wouldn't change the size because they all fit perfectly together as they are now. But I'm going to just highlight the flower part and move that over to where I want it to be in my card. And you can see these little guys have moved, so I'm going to place them back in their little home there. And I'm going to adjust the Love You part so that it's somewhere where I think it looks good. And like I said, I want to make this a card, so I want it to be about a 5x7 card, and I don't want the design to go to the whole edge of the card. So I'm going to unlock this, and I want my width to be about 4.5. Now that I have everything selected, as you can see, I'm going to change the width and the height to about 5. See if I like that. Oh, it could probably be 5.5. Let's see. Even a little bit more. Alright, that looks a little bit better. Alright, I like the way that that looks. Now I'm going to move this over to the side. And then I'm going to insert a square, and we're going to make our card 5x7, but I want it to be like a tent card, which means you fold it in half. So I want the width to be 10. Let's unlock that. 10 by 7 in height. And I want to change that to white just so that I can see what we've got going on here. Okay. Alright, I'm going to add, oops, I forgot to select the whole thing. Undo is our friend when it comes to working with Design Space. Select all of them. I'm going to put it here on this card. And because it's behind the card, I'm just going to say bring to forward. I can kind of center that. And then I'm going to select all of this because I want it to be a print then cut, and I'm going to flatten the image. Okay, so that is one print then cut, and it should cut just the square, not any of the flowers or words. However, I do want to add a score mark and add that to the center of my card. And I don't really know where the center is, so I'm just going to place this here and then drag that down so that it's the whole length of the card, and then select both of those and align them to the center. So there we go. And I'm going to turn this just so that it fits on its side. Because that's the way to make it for a print then cut. It has to be vertical. Alright, now when it comes to a print then cut, Cricut's parameters, if that's the right word, is about 6.75 by 9. So we're just going to shrink this down to about 6.75. And that should work for the print then cut feature. Now, in order to make sure we have everything on one mat, I want to attach the score line to our card, to our print then cut card. And I'm going to click Make It. And there you go. You can see how it will look when you print it out on your cardstock. So I'm just going to load my printer with my cardstock. and click continue. And as it connects to my maker, I'm going to send this to my printer. Click print. All right, while that's printing, I'm going to set my material and get my maker ready to go. So I'm going to be using this medium cardstock here. And I need to load my scoring stylus into clamp A and make sure I have the fine point blade in my maker. And then I'm going to load my mat once it's done printing. I've got my cardstock, printed cardstock, loaded on my mat. I've got my stylus scoring tool loaded, and I'm going to load it. And I'm going to hit go. Now we'll start reading the registration lines before it gets to cutting and scoring. There it's scoring the card.